CIA is the same shit that killed your uncle. Okay. It hasn't, I don't know. It's become like mainstream to have these opinions that RFK Jr. is about to show. And to me, that is what's so important. It's not whether he's going to get elected or not. People understand these things now.
Philosopher said that the U.S. strategy should be to suck Russia into a series of wars in little countries where we can then exhaust them. Lloyd Austin, who is the President Biden's defense secretary, in April 2022 said, our purpose for being in the Ukraine is to degrade the Russian army, to exhaust it and degrade its capacity to fight anywhere in the world. Well, that is the opposite of a humanitarian mission. That is a war of attrition, and that's what it's turned out to be. We have now turned Ukraine into an abattoir that has devoured 350,000 young Ukrainians. They are lying about how many people have died. They're concealing it from us. They're concealing it from the Pentagon's concealing it from the American people. The Ukraine is concealing it from them people, but 350,000 people. Russians are killing Ukrainians at a rate at a ratio of 7 to 1. And we have turned that poor little nation into, just a killing field for these idealistic young kids. And in order to advance a geopolitical agenda that, has nothing to do with the Ukraine.
Okay, so now, things that you for one thing, speaking to Jordan Peterson. Now, I know Cornel West would probably also speak to Jordan Peterson and be like, Brother Peterson, even though that guy's a right-wing maniac. But anyway, those ideas that RFK Jr. was just putting forward are very important ones about what we're doing to Ukraine. And there are things I disagree with, because he said, what did he say? Idealistic young men are being killed in Ukraine. Some of them maybe, but some of them are also Nazis. It's not just idealistic young men. But also the other problems with RFK is, weirdly, despite saying that CIA killed at least his uncle, and I believe he's hinted that the government was involved in his father's killing as well, or maybe said as much. I don't follow every quote, but despite saying that, he seems to still be somewhat a fan of the CIA. He's talked about how it's 22,000 mostly hardworking, very brave young men and women, and my niece is one of them, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, dude, CIA is the same shit that killed your uncle. Okay. It hasn't, I don't know what kind of Stockholm syndrome you have to act like the CIA is mostly brave, wonderful young men and women when they've murdered your uncle. But anyway,